Hi, thanks for tuning in. This is Breaking New Ground, the program that tells you how the Department of Human Settlements is restoring our people's dignity by providing them with quality homes. I'm Eric Mieni. Many South Africans now have homes they call their own because of the free houses provided by the Department of Human Settlements. However, there are many amongst us who fall within that awkward area of earning too much to get a free house and too little to qualify for a home loan. In order to help this very group of people, the Department of Human Settlements has come up with an ingenious idea called FLISP, the Finance-Linked Individual Subsidy Program. Today, we'll look at how this innovation is benefiting South Africans.
We were established in 1996 by the Department of Human Settlement to look at broadening access to people in the low and middle income sector to access housing finance.
It's part of like every man's dream to have his own property one day. Not just a house, but just to have a family inside that house, a place where I can call home.
FLISP is targeting people who are earning below 15,000 rand joint income per household.
This area that I live in is called Freedom Park. The reason I moved here is because it's closer to my workplace, and then it's more secure, it's safer for me, and then it's closer to my church as well.
These are the people who have been finding it very difficult to find products that suits their income in the affordable housing market space.
Living in a backyard and then in someone's yard is not really nice because there are so many disadvantages that you come across. It's a small space to start with, so it's one of the reasons why I say, let me go and find a house somewhere where I can have a bigger space, I can bring in a family, and have maybe friends for a price once in a while,
Once you've identified a house, you go to the bank, you apply for a loan. The bank will say, you qualify for 300,000 rand. And then you can come to us and say, look, I have a problem. I want to buy this house. It's 350,000 rand. The bank is only prepared to give me 300,000. Can I apply for a subsidy to top up the 300,000 from the bank so that I can buy the house for 350,000?
The bank approved the bond. When they told me they have approved my bond, that's when I got excited because finally I've reached that goal of owning a new home. So FLISP came in and said they will give me 34,000 just to pay the other things.
People can qualify for anything between 20 and 87 based on their income.
The house is 2-bedroom, it's in Midvaal, Savannah City. The bond that I'm going to pay is going to be like 2,800 every month for the period of 20 years, You
can download an application on our website. The developers that are accredited by the NHFC can assist you in filling in an application. Estate agents that we work with help people to fill in applications. One
of the things that I heard about FLISP is when I met the manager for the property developer, and then he came, we went to the site, and then the house that were on show that day. So that's when he told me about FLISP, what's FLISP all about, how it's going to help me and help other communities as well. 90%
of people who benefit in this project are single mothers who have financial dependence, either children or their parents and so on. And that excites me because if FLISP was not there, it means 90% of women who earn below 15,000 rand would not have been assisted. They will still be staying in cuckoos and so on. So for me, it's a big plus.
So that's where I spent most of my childhood there until I reached my teenagehood. Like I've got my young brother and my child. So I want them to have a place where they could just say, we're going home, and then again to be close to my son, because now the distance is killing us and the relationship that I want to build with my son. It's gonna be exciting, to be honest, to have your own house. And again, to me, I look at it as a house and also as a investment.
After the break, we see how one applies for FLISP and what you need to be eligible. It is really encouraging to see a young person take charge of his destiny and make things happen for himself. Dealing with financial institutions and filling in a lot of forms can be overwhelming. However, putting in that little time and effort can really be worth what you get out of it. Amanda Mehlomakulu is in the process of applying for finance. Let's hear her story.
We're renting a small cottage, which is 1 bedroom, good enough for both of us, with a lounge and everything. Embarking in a home was an idea that me and my boyfriend came up with, because there's no need renting for 2,000-3,000 while you can actually buy a house, a bond for that amount. When you're starting off, you just need a standard house. 2 bedroom is perfect with the kitchen and dining room. It's almost the feel of this house. Although I didn't want to let go of this one, but I just needed more space and more of what is mine. So that side, it's just 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, and then the bigger houses for the bigger income earners. And so the standard one was perfectly fine for me, and that's what we went for. When we got the call from the agent, we went to meet up with them, went through my paperwork on bank statements, pay slips, and all of that, 6 months in advance and all of that. So then they had to send my application. Then after that, once we got approval, which was about 349,000, okay, then now my installment was supposed to be 3.4 on a monthly basis. There are some challenges financially. I might not be stable for now, but looking at the bigger picture, maybe FLISP can come in my life and play a role financially. I've got a little baby coming soon, so everything and every little cent that I get from my salary, I have to keep it intact so that I can actually work around my budget and not use too much. So with the application with FLISP, that money would actually assist me a lot in terms of my installment.
FLISP does not only have an impact on you and I, ordinary citizens, it has a huge influence on financial institutions. Jeff Lawrence is head of affordable housing home loans at a bank that has financed a number of FLISP candidates. Let's hear what he thinks of the program. What has the impact of FLISP been on the home loan division of banks, from what you understand?
Nedbank believes that it's a fantastic policy of government. You know, not only does it promote home ownership, but it's very meaningful. So we've seen that the average FLISP subsidy is in the region of 40,000 Rand. It can range from 20 to 87,000, depending on the beneficiary's income. And if you take the cost of a home being, say, on average 350,000 Rand, that 40,000 is a significant down payment. And you know, you have to think of it as a gift from government to their citizens. So beneficiaries like it, and the banks like the product as well, because we would call it a risk mitigant. And so which that means that for that same property, irrespective of what its value is, the loan size is on average 40,000 Rand less.
When you look at FLISP and the future, what do you see?
If you take one step back and you look at the realities of our housing market, and particularly in the FLISP market, our annual production in the private sector is most probably in the region of 20,000 units. At Banking Association, we've undertaken research which indicates that the shortage in this market of housing is anywhere between 600,000 and 900,000 homes. So we have a huge undersupply. So, and currently only 20,000 being produced. So the market has a really strong demand for housing. So the more that can be supplied, the more that government can assist with the affordability. it's almost, you can pick a number. We can double, triple, quadruple our production, and it will be taken up.
You've got people who are falling between not being able to get, if you like, a government free house, but don't qualify for normal loans, who are in shacks.
Yes.
And suddenly they're out of those shacks.
Yes.
They have their own homes, and which bodes well for a good future for them. And it's obviously good business for the bank, and it's good PR for the government. Everybody benefits.
And that's the magic of the FLISP program. So, maybe some advice to your viewers is that, get your credit history, your record in order. Pay up everything that you can, and always pay your bills on time. And because the FLISP program, I'm convinced, is going to grow, and this is an opportunity to buy your first home.
Nice message. Thank you so much for coming on Breaking New Ground.
Thank you very much, Eric.
I just went to the doctor for my appointment so that I can check up if my baby is fine and healthy. And just after that, I'm going to just go and do my paperwork for the application for FLISP and do all the process from there. You guys care?
Yeah, 400 per page.
400 page?
Yeah.
Couldn't you be a bit cheaper? Just for us.
All right, we'll talk about it just how.
Okay.
You have a seat over there?
All right. The application for FLISP was not difficult at all. My friend just told me the process that he did, and then I just followed it. I went to the net, and then the documents that they said I must produce, I produced, and then I did the application. Let's just check if we've got everything here. Okay. ID. Proof of income.
Yeah, expect.
Proof of residence, the one card you gave me. Proof of home loan.
It's there.
Okay. Agreement of buyer, seller, the sale of agreement.
Yeah, I have it.
The building contract.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's about everything that we've got. Okay, so now that's all done, we can send it through. Now that has been all done and dusted. Now hopefully my application will be approved by FLISP. Hopefully my future will look brighter than I actually imagined, and yes, we'll take it from there.
After the break, we see some of the homes that may be subsidized by FLISP. Savannah City is an integrated lifestyle development in Midvaal, which has FLISP as a housing finance option. In order to develop an affordable area like this, you need several stakeholders. Let's talk to some of them. Mayor Baloyi, welcome to Breaking New Ground.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Savannah City must be one of those projects that somewhat fit into what you are doing here. Could you tell us what the vision for it was?
The planning of Savannah City has taken no less than 8 years. So going through various parts of Savannah City. But the vision for Savannah City was to create an integrated community which undermines the previous apartheid spatial planning. So in the same community, you could have a RTP house settlement next to a fully bonded or gap market within a fully bonded residential space as well. And within that, you also know where your parks are, you know where your community facilities are, you know where police stations are, you know where informal trading spaces are. So it's integrated and properly planned. So once we deliver this community, you walk away and you know that everything, every infrastructure, engineering, social infrastructure is in place and is fully integrated, and the economy is part of that.
How far have you gone towards achieving this vision?
We're quite close now because now we're in the physical construction of Savannah City. So we're in the first phase rollout. We expect to be giving a few houses out late this year. But I must also say that Savannah City is a 7-year project. So only after 7 years you'll see the full fruition of Savannah City.
What are the challenges towards producing something like this?
One of the biggest considerations was the financial model for Savannah City and also the urban management plan of Savannah City. So we want to build a town where it won't rely on Midvaal taking rates paid by residents in a different area and subsidizing Savannah City. So Savannah City as a new development must be fully financially sustainable and viable as an entity as itself. So with the growth of Savannah City, there's growth of warm bodies the municipality must appoint. So we need to get the two close together. That's the financial plan and the urban management plan. Then there is the implementation challenges that you face. As you're aware that Savannah City is a big project, offers incredible opportunities, employment opportunities, and where it's located is on the boundary of 3 municipalities. It's in Midvaal, but it's adjacent to City of Johannesburg and Mfuleni local municipality. So residents there are saying, how can I benefit as well? So, and we know that the unemployment challenge is a big one in our country. So there's a heavy contestation competing for jobs, to the point that if people aren't employed, then they decide that next week they'll come and stop construction. So we've had those challenges where there's been stop and start because of employment challenges. So that's just the challenges that we have, just namely the internal ones from the planning side and ones we face as we execute or develop Savannah City.
Well, Mayor, thanks for coming and joining us here on Breaking New Ground.
It's a pleasure.
We're at the Savannah City Sales Precinct, and with us is Mbusi Mhlanga, who is going to talk to us a little bit about Savannah City and show us a FLISP house. Welcome to Breaking New Ground.
Thank you.
Could you tell me how Cosmopolitan got to be involved with the Savannah City project?
We are in partnership with several other companies and agencies, but Cosmopolitan's main role is the final contact with the end user, with the client or the prospective home buyers. We take the process from the financing, the building of the house up until occupation, where the prospective home buyer is able to move into their new house.
I would imagine that in that process of having your agenting in-house, if you like, there has to be, as this is an integrated development, a thorough knowledge of FLISP. Has that impacted Cosmopolitan? FLISP
has been evolving and it's been changing. It takes someone with an in-depth and proper knowledge of how FLISP works to be able to assist someone. Mr. Zulu from DTR, who works in a factory or works for government, may have the basic ideas about FLISP. But in-house, we're able to give them the accurate and exact information. Everyone wants to know more or less how much they would qualify for, how much will come off the house, how much will go into their pocket for buying the house. And the biggest part is the paperwork.
What has the community involvement been like in terms of what's going on here in Savannah City?
Our construction side prioritizes local involvement, local labor. So where the skills exist locally, we source locally. That's an immediate impact on the income levels, the economic activity in the area.
For you personally, what's been the highlight in terms of being involved with this project?
Well, it's standing in front of that family that never thought or imagined that they would own a house, and saying to them, all the paperwork is in order, it's been approved, and it's a matter of time. They are going to move into their own house. It's things that we may take for granted here and there, but a small thing like a tap, a family will have their own tap in the house. They come from a communal tap with 30, 40 families using the same tap. The parents, the privacy of having their own bedroom, things we take for granted. If you stand and that client in front of you says thank you, and you can see that you are changing not only one person, but the whole family's lives, their perspective, and that's the highlight to me. Please come through. Welcome, Eric.
Yeah.
This is our entry-level FLISP house. It's a 40 square meter, open plan kitchen and lounge. And it's got 2 bedrooms. This being the main bedroom.
Okay.
So
there's the one bedroom, and then you've got the
second bedroom.
second bedroom, of course, is over here.
Yes.
And then it's the bathroom, of course.
Yes, it's got a bathroom and toilet with a bathtub. These are fitted with hot and cold water.
So, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
The last time we saw Amanda Mehlomakulu, she was going through all the application processes to get a house. Let's hear how it's been. Welcome to Breaking New Ground.
Thank you so much.
Where's your house going to be here?
My house is just going to be right over there.
On that stand?
By that stand over there. Yes, and that's where my house is going to be built from here now on.
How does that feel?
It feels great. I can't wait for everything to be done and ready to be set up for me to go into my new
Has
house.
the bank approved your loan?
Yes, the bank has approved my loan. I just need to go and sign with the lawyers now.
Okay. And then what's happening with your FLISP application?
My FLIPS application has gone through. I just need them to actually tell me what's the go-ahead from now on.
So they told you you've got it?
No, not yet. They
Okay.
just have to tell me that as soon as possible.
What if they say, no, you haven't got it?
Then we'll just have to pray hard and just pay the bond by God's grace.
I have news for you.
Yes. What's the news?
Your FLISP has been approved.
Wow!
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yes,
Wow.
it has, yeah.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel? Yeah.
I feel great.
So that's
that's overwhelming.
Yes, yes.
Because I never expected it, but yes, there was a bit of expectation, but yes, thank you so much.
that just it's big relief, maybe.
A great relief.
So
that
you know
everything
you're
has
moving
been-
ahead. Savannah's gonna be your home.
My home, finally, that I've got a home of my own and I don't have to go renting everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting for them to just say, you know what, your doors are open, here's your key.
Well, I guess congratulations are in order.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your house when you do get it.
Thank you so much. I will enjoy it.
Yeah.
It is my home and it's going to be a warm one.
FLISP is helping many people realize their dreams of becoming homeowners. People who felt left out of the housing system now have a mechanism that helps them get their own places. If you are one of these people, a little too rich to get a free house, but not so rich just to get a home loan, contact the NHFC about FLISP. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, goodbye.